things that we were talking about is sometimes when people talk about coaching, they have an image, of a certain kind of, especially in America, it's, come on, guys, you can do it, right? I want you to go out there, I want you to have a great life, right? And stuff like that. We're not that kind of coaching, all right? It's more like a strength and conditioning coach, right? Until about 20 years ago, there were no strength and conditioning coaches. It was just, have a couple of beers, go out and play, and if you happened to be the best guys, you'd win the game. And then it started to feel like it mattered winning. And so people started looking, well, what does it actually take to win? And on the one hand, strategy is part of it. But you can have the best strategy in the world, and if you're not capable of executing it, it's not going to help, right? So they started bringing in strength and conditioning coaches to work with athletes. And the idea was the team with the fittest players, the team that can keep playing till the final whistle, is the team that's got that best chance of winning. That's the team buying the barbecue when they're down 3-1 and going, yeah, it's still going to be fine. Because they know they can play all the way through to the end. And the thing about strength and conditioning in athletics is you tend to think of it as work. Right? So we're going to go into the gym every morning, we're going to work, and we're going to work, and here's our routine, and we're going to work our routine, and we're going to do it every day. This is a little bit different because what makes humans mentally strong is actually understanding, not practice. We, as a rule, totally misunderstand how the mind is designed to work. And so we've quite innocently learned to make the best of our misinformation. So it'd be like my wife's dad when he was a farmer down in Aylesbury. She's a nice British farm girl, and when he got his first car, he didn't know that it had more than the one gear, and so he was driving around in his car in the 1950s, very happily, and he kind of took it into the shop after the first day and said, I'm finding it really hard to go up these hills. And they're like, this is Aylesbury, there are no hills. I was like, well, it seems like, and so he came out, the guy came out for a test drive with him, and, well, in first gear, everything feels like a hill. Right? Well, that's us. If we don't know that we have extra gears, everything feels hard. Everything feels like it might be too much for us. And if it feels like it might be too much for us, we think we need to compensate by getting stronger. So like in the car, that might be, I'm going to stay in first gear, but I'm going to hit the accelerator even harder. And of course, you burn out the engine. And that's what's happened to most of us at some point in our lives, especially if we've tried to succeed, is we've kind of burnt out our engine a bit. Kind of gone, even if we got there, we kind of go, that was hard. I don't want to have to do that again. I don't want to have to, I'm not sure if I'm up for it again. And so we kind of shrink our sights a bit. We go, I can live in a smaller world. I don't need all that space. It's nice here, Of course, it looks awfully nice there. But no, I'm fine. And our world shrinks. And it just shrinks because we've misunderstood what it takes to get from here to there. We think it takes so much more than it does because we don't know we've got these extra gears. So that's a lot of what we'd like to share with you over the course of today, is how to find those extra gears so that you don't have to over-rev your engine. You don't have to try. Because the thing is, when you're in the right gear, you can just gently move forward and you'll be going 60, 70, 80. Does that make sense?